Mafia II is a bit of an oddity in the so-called open-world genre. Instead of setting you loose on a huge structureless sandbox, Mafia II tells a heavily structured narrative that just happens to be set in a fully realized, hyper-detailed city. It's sort of how George Lucas used to build giant intricate sets and barely show them on camera before blowing them up, back before he became obsessed with CG shots of landings and takeoffs. There's a strong cinematic feel to Mafia II, and in many ways it evokes the era of The Godfather and Taxi Driver, when spectacle took a backseat to storytelling and character. The tale of Vito Scaletta spans a decade from the 40s to the 50s and focuses very much on the trials and tribulations of the Mafia's foot soldiers. This is not a story of dons and power brokers. This is you doing the dirty work and looking out for number one as best as you can. It's actually kind of refreshing to play a game that has you saving yourself more often than anyone else.
All right, no problem.
The writing and acting are top-notch and nuanced enough to feel more adult than the usual game story. The graphics are almost universally impressive, with attention to detail in every nook and cranny of Empire Bay. The city is incredibly well realized, and the period clothing and music creates a tangible sense of place. Mafia II features some of the best art direction of any game this generation. One distinct weak point, however: the character models for the women in the game range from unnatural looking to downright scary.
God, what the hell is that?
What do you say?
With the level of visual fidelity going on everywhere else, the subpar ladies stand out like sore thumbs on reanimated corpses. No mob game is complete without constant conflict, and Mafia II has heaping helpings of fisticuffs and firearms. Hand-to-hand combat is more involved than your usual open-world game, although defense and dodging is entirely handled by holding down a single button. Feels a little too autopilot-y much of the time. Gunplay is cover-based pop and shoot and is fluid and responsive. The AI, though, becomes shooting gallery dull at times, but the physics and destructible environments add a lot to the shootouts. You'll get tired of driving all over town just to get to the next conversation.
So you need a job, man? Well, you're in luck.
Empire Bay is beautiful to look at, but after a while, I just wanted to get to the next scene without driving to Joe's apartment for the 20th time. Mafia II may end up criticized by some for focusing on narrative over sandboxing, but that misses the point. The game uses its setting to tell a good story without romanticizing the subject. The characters here are believable, flawed people, and that makes for a story worth telling and a game worth playing. 4 wise guys.
You won't be liking it so damn much after I smack you with this shovel.
Out of 5.